If I'm being honest, I think this was actually best case scenario for me. I consider myself lucky that the few times I've tried gambling,
I low-key think this is exactly what happened to me too. First year that I'm working at the Young Turks, I get a graduation present of, I believe, $2,000 if I'm not misremembering, from an uncle of mine, not Jank. All right, let's do online gambling epidemic.
Celebrate my friend's birthday, I went on a Victory Casino cruise, and not only did everyone get seasick almost immediately, but we also lost all the money we brought in to gamble with. It was one of the best days of my life. For a good portion of the past century, getting on a boat that reeks of piss and wobbling your way out just far enough into the ocean so that laws don't exist anymore was one of the only ways to legally gamble in the United States. It had such a convoluted barrier of entry that most people could go their entire lives without ever being tempted to do it. Just don't go to Nevada and you'll probably never see a casino. In 2024, this is no longer the case.
Only on FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, PrizePicks.
Underdog.
This shit is so bad, bro. I keep talking about this, and I know, like, and I say this as someone who has gambled himself, like, who, you know, enjoys the process for sure. But this shit is so fucking bad, dude. You say Polymarket? Yes, as you guys know, I am such an anti-gambling crusader that I said no to Polymarket offering me $1 million as a starting point to the negotiations to fund my election day stream, my election day broadcast. Like, that was their entry point in the conversation. Like, as in, you know, they start with $1 million, we say 2, and then we move on from there type shit. Having said that, while I understand the entertainment value of gambling and have participated in the act myself, I think that there needs to be safeguards, and we just do not have it at all. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse as time has passed. And I don't know, not gonna lie, I hate gambling, but I still would have taken it because it's such a life-changing amount. Brother, I have more money than I know what to do with it. And also, I have editorial independence. That's actually not true. I still, you know, I get to waste it on causes that I care about, spend it on shit that I care about, people that I care about. But also, besides the point, like I said, I have subscribers. I have you. So it doesn't really matter. It was also one of the funniest ways in which, you know, not only did I never really entertain it, but it's so funny because if I did, I might have actually gotten, like, involved in this fucking FBI raid. It's so funny that my morals have kept me out of these weird predicaments over and over again. Taking that deal would immediately undermine yourself? Yes, 100%. Bruno Correa, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Next time they ask you about sponsors, refer them to me. I got it. Ori Hope. I'll be like, hey, Polymarket, listen. I know you want to give me $1 million as a starting point, but I'll have you know there's a chatter in here that's willing to take that $1 million off of your hands instead. I worked in casino industry for 10 years and I hate online/mobile gambling. The casinos in my state have to contribute to the problem gambling programs. Have to contribute to problem gambling programs and provide information on how to reach out to them. Players also have the option to bar themselves on the properties if it gets too bad. Online spaces rarely have these resources. Yeah, and shit is still fucked up even at that point. Okay? Like, things are bad even at that point. Because for a lot of people, especially as time passes, especially as people's living circumstances worsen, people unironically think, like, this is how I'm going to make money. Like, they legitimately think they're going to make money gambling. It is so fucking stupid. Oh my God. Do you thinking Mr. Beast gambles? I know he does. He gambles like crazy, but that's not why he's rich. You're crazy. Chatters, gambling only works in one direction, okay? And no, you do not make money gambling. You lose money gambling. That's it. Which is why I remember you talking about refusing Saudi money when you were still broke. True. Way back when I was broke as fuck, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia reached out to my manager, not even my current manager, my former manager, when I was at the Young Turks. I just started doing Twitch streams. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Good amount of money. Anyway, let's keep going.
Belly bet.
Points bet.
ESPN bet 365.
Smack me.
Your family's never been broke, but people say broke. What? Bro has 1,000 hot dogs. He'd offer 10,000 hot dogs. Says no, I am not golden. Your family's never been broke, but people say broke when they mean they don't personally make money. But real broke ain't nothing like that. First of all, no, there was definitely a time when I was that 100% was broke. What the f are you talking about? Also, what are we doing? Broke Olympics? Like, what the f? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my family wasn't like homeless, if that's what you mean. I'm like, yeah. Also, the point that you just said is exactly what I was saying. I personally said, I have 1,000 hot dogs, which is why, you know, when I get offered 10,000 hot dogs, I say no. That was my point. You're reiterating my point back to me, which is what is odd. Like I literally personally said that, of course, it is much easier for me to say no to shit, even though most people would never say no to it. That's the point. Oh, you don't understand. The thing is, your dad was a billionaire that had to flee Turkey. Yeah, that's always funny. I take care of my parents, chat, and I'm very proud to do so. And part of that is because of all the people that subscribe, for sure. Like, that's how I'm able to do it. But, you know, my dad's a billionaire.
In the mouth with all of
If you watch any sports at all, ads for sports betting have become inescapable. Even if you muted every commercial and closed your eyes until the game came back on, it's still plastered everywhere. DraftKings promos pop up in the middle of a play, there's BetMGM billboards behind home plate, FanDuel logos on the court, on the microphones. They come at you from every angle, pepper spraying you in the face so you don't notice they just pulled your pants down. They've made it so watching sports and betting on sports are just two sides of the same coin. Like, you can't have one without the other. It's become so normalized that it might be easy to forget that gambling can be kind of bad, actually. About 10 million people in the US alone struggle with gambling in some way, a good portion of which are under the age of 25. Gambling addicts attempt suicide at a rate 15 times higher than the general population. The average debt of a gambling addict can range from $15,000 to $90,000. But where most people would see this as a problem, a few people saw it as an opportunity. All that extra money that could be siphoned from struggling families and into the pockets of like 12 CEOs. And we're not doing that because... So in 2018, the Supreme Court overruled the federal ban on sports betting. And since then, Americans have collectively lost over $245 billion on it. That's almost $1,000 per person, and that number was from last year. But the bombardment of playful advertising filled with famous celebrities would make you think it's just a harmless, fun game you can play on your phone. Kevin Hart, Post Malone, Chris Rock, LeBron James, Kevin Hart, Peyton Manning, Jamie Foxx, Eric Andre, Patton Oswalt, Vanessa Hudgens, the guy from that Kendrick Lamar song, Kevin Hart. Even the Talk Tua podcast is sponsored by Better. Why is it always the people you trust the most?
You don't need to know everything about every sport.
Good, because I don't.
Yeah, me either. All you need is a feeling and a phone.
Oh my gosh, I want
That is such a...
Dude, that's crazy. That's so gross. Like, yeah. You don't even know all about sports, baby. Just put your money in and you'll make more. Just bet, stupid. What's wrong with you? It's good. It makes you feel good. Ooh.
A bold way to advertise your product. You don't have to know anything about sports in order to bet on them. In fact, we would prefer you didn't. Look, this guy's just chilling in a hot tub. He doesn't even know what sport he bet on and he won money. So go ahead, just open the app and start mashing buttons. I don't know, like, where do you think they got all the money to shell out to these celebrities? Could it be that maybe Prize Picks isn't the secret gateway to riches beyond my wildest imaginations, and maybe they're just trying to get my debit card number so they can take all my disposable income? Whether or not you think sports betting should be illegal, and I'm not even necessarily saying it should be, the fact that they're allowed to advertise it like this is fucking insane. Imagine a cigarette commercial that was like, "Oh my god, this tastes so good. This is the best I've ever felt in my life. I'm on top of the world." Typically the only tobacco ads you see are like anti-vaping PSAs. And I hope there's a future where advertising for betting apps is regulated in a similar way. You can still bet on sports. You can still smoke cigarettes if you want to. It's not illegal, but you're...
Bring back this 30-second classic real quick.
You, games, fun, slots, money, slots, wins, gamble, money, gamble, jackpot, penthouse suite, expensive cars, you with a girl, winning money, 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 wins, gamble, fun, slots, 40-hour streams, you in a McLaren, gamble more, you f***ing pussy, more wins, more money, more slots, charity, gamble, gamble, gamble. Please gamble responsibly.
What a banger, dude. Is this why you left the community to watch Gambit stream? Shaking my head. Remember that? Once again, right, but too early. Right, but too early. Dang, bro, no like after 2 years. Right, but too early.
You're not bombarded with the temptation to do it every time you turn on a basketball game. Even though it's only been...
Please do a blackjack stream. No. Also, I've been, that's another bag that I said no to. They offered me, I think it was $800,000 for a poker stream. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, bitch.
6 years since the federal ban on sportsbooks was overturned, technology has already evolved well beyond what was available at the time. And now that gambling has gone from being in a place you have to go to do it, to being accessible on your phone at any moment, there's nothing stopping these apps from trying to lure you in constantly, and they're really good at doing that.
Addiction is intensified, he says, by how much the gambling companies know about each user. That data was used to tailor offers and push notifications to keep the guy in action.
They knew the life stage, the customer life stage it was at, so win back, they described it. So people that have given up gambling for a while and they're trying to get them to come back.
Just by using these apps, you're giving them data about your gambling habits, which they can then weaponize against you. If they realize around 2 p.m. every Sunday is when you're most likely to interact with the app because you're watching 19 games at once and you're starting to get a little restless, they can tailor make a push notification just for you. Maybe they'll boost the odds of a third quarter Tyreek Hill touchdown, or they'll show you a parlay that 50,000 other people have bet on, and that many people can't all be wrong. Let's talk about parlays for a second, because I think that's one of the biggest contributors to the exponential rise of sports betting.
It's parlay time.
Put simply, a parlay is when you combine multiple bets into one bet, significantly decreasing the odds of it hitting, but massively boosting the payout you'll win if it does. It's basically the difference between winning a few dollars for correctly calling one coin flip, or winning thousands of dollars if you can get that coin to land on heads 12 times in a row. You're so distracted by the possibility of how much you could win that you're not even considering the fact that you definitely won't. Parlays are the lottery ticket of sports betting, and these apps have made it so easy to make one whenever you want. The only thing stopping you from putting together a parlay that frankly doesn't even make sense is your own imagination. Because of parlays, I think for a lot of people, gambling has become death by 1,000 paper cuts. Maybe instead of losing a lot of money all at once, you're just losing a little bit of money all the time. Sometimes you'll even lose money in a way that feels like you almost won. 5 out of 6, I was so close, but that means I'll definitely win next time. My only personal experience with online sports betting was a couple years ago when I saw Underdog Fantasy was offering to match your first deposit up to $100. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. I watch a lot of football. Maybe I can finally make back some of the money I've spent over the years supporting my stupid, shitty team. So I put in $100, they doubled it. And slowly over the course of the next 2 months, I lost $25 every week until it was all gone. Now, if I'm being honest, I think this was actually best case scenario for me. I consider myself lucky that the few times I've tried gambling,
I low-key think this is exactly what happened to me too. First year that I'm working at the Young Turks, I get a graduation present of, I believe, $2,000 if I'm not misremembering, from an uncle of mine, not Jank. Okay, I've graduated from college. I'm at the Young Turks. I'm going to CES in Las Vegas. Okay, and no, it's not Uncle Sam either. $2,000. Now, understand, the year is 2013, or I guess 2014, the month of January. $2,000 for a broke-ass kid right out of college that is making, that is literally making no money whatsoever, okay? I go to CES, I go to Las Vegas for the first time ever. I'm like, oh, I have to gamble some of this. I lost it all on blackjack. I love blackjack. I still play blackjack. Okay. At the age of 22, I lost it all and it broke me. It broke me. And I played by the book too. It's not like I was fucking around, but I was insanely unlucky. Now listen, that was the moment where I was like, damn, this shit fucking sucks. Now I look back at that fondly, because if I did not have that experience, if I had actually turned around and made that 2,000 into 4,000, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'd be on kick.tv, baby. Woo! Hanging out with Drizzy Drake. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Book. Come on. Everybody gets to be rich. Come on. Don't get it twisted. Honestly, straight up. I think at that point, it was just so devastating to have so much money, more money than I know what to do with. okay? At the age of 22, I'm 33 now. But at the age of 22, 23, I'm fucking sitting there staring at $2,000 and then it pee-pee poofs, okay? It perishes. Oh my God. When I tell you how fucking devastated I was, when I tell you how fucking devastated I was that I had done this like insanely stupid thing, okay? Now I'm talking about not taking on $800,000 for fucking playing poker for an hour. And I guess, you know, it's because I don't want you to also go down that fucking route and potentially go in the opposite direction. Oh my God. Was your uncle mad at you, Lamau? I never told him. Are you kidding me? I never told anybody. The shame I felt in that moment is insurmountable. Casinos don't actually make money off of serial gamblers who spend $25 here and there. That stuff is good. But the way casinos actually make money is off of whales. Okay? And you can become a whale by just being rich and not giving a shit and, you know, not giving a shit about like losing $250,000 over a weekend or whatever. Or you can become a whale by losing everything. Okay? Basically not having $250,000 and losing it regardless. So that's how casinos actually make their money. And what they're doing with the $100 giveaway is to basically see, because everyone has some nascent gambling addiction, like addictive attitudes, right? They're trying to figure out who is the gambling addict. And they're trying to basically cast as wide a net as possible to just create new lifelong gambling addicts.
They'll lure you in with an offer that seems too good to be true because all of that is pennies compared to what they're raking in from the people who are hooked. They give you free money to start with. They'll let you try again if your first bet doesn't work. They'll let you throw in one leg of a parlay that has essentially a 100% chance of hitting. They are desperate to make sure you have a good time. They want every time you see that app icon on your phone to think about the rush you felt when you turned $5 into $100.
This is also very important. The way the gambling addiction works is not actually about winning money necessarily. That's a good way to draw you in originally. But the dopamine hit you get is actually from the moment of like finding out whether you won or you lost. That's what it is. So you still have that dopamine receptor tickled every time you lose. Because it's not about winning or losing. It's the high that you reach at the point of anticipation. It's the buildup and the revelation. That is what gambling addiction is all about.
So you keep chasing that feeling forever. I just managed to outsmart them by being so unbelievably bad at sports betting that I never even came close to winning. But because I was curious to see how much online sports gambling has evolved since I tried it a couple years ago, and because I would never leave a stone unturned in the pursuit of research, I decided for this video I should try it one more time. So I signed up for the only legal sports book in my home state of Florida, which I assume is named after famous internet sex symbol Hard Rock Nick.
Balls tugged on one by one.
Their introductory offer is that they'll give you another chance to bet if your first one doesn't win. On the surface, that almost sounds like free money, but it's not like you can bet once, lose, and then just take your money back. You still have to give them the money. You're probably just gonna lose twice for the price of one. But hey, check this out. I've already unlocked a 1x multiplier, which means for every dollar I earn, I walk away with $1. I spent the next 12 minutes hard at work concocting the smartest and most guaranteed parlays the world has ever seen. With all my bets placed, I could finally sit back, relax, and enjoy a stress-free Sunday afternoon.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Why did I bet on Sam Darnold? Why did I bet on Kirk Cousins? Why did I take the over on Curtis Martin rushing yards? He retired in 2007. The next few hours felt like a roller coaster, but in spite of it all, I was determined to come out on top. Guess who has 2 thumbs and just won $9.52? This guy. My other thumb's holding the phone. I was down, but now I'm up. And since I only lost 5 other bets, I was just $61 from breaking even. Now I know what you're thinking, Drew, how could you have possibly known the Bills were gonna beat a team significantly worse than them? What are you, some kind of genius? No. I prefer Savant. The truth is, none of this would have been possible without my good luck charm, Michael McCorkle Jones. You can look it up, that's his real name. Ever since I saw him hit the gritty at the Pro Bowl a few years ago, I knew I needed a metal poster of him to hang up on my wall. And thanks to today's sponsor, Displate, that's finally possible. Are you tired of waking up to your boring, empty walls? You try to hang up posters, but your hammer didn't come with instructions, so you don't know how to use it. Well, why don't you go ahead and throw that thing in the trash? Because you don't need one to hang up a display. Displates are high-quality metal posters that help you show off all your favorite interests, whether it's Elden Ring, Halo 3, or a Minion from the movie Minions. And the best part is you can hang them up in a matter of seconds without any tools and without putting any holes in your walls. Displate has over 2 million artworks to choose from, including tons of officially licensed designs from brands like Marvel, Star Wars, and Minions from the movie Minions. They've even got a product called Textra that brings your posters to life with tactile textures and 3D contours. Finally, a poster that's fun to touch. If you've been procrastinating your holiday shopping, there's never been a better time to snag a Displate. Not only are they great gifts for anyone in your life, but they're celebrating Black Friday with their biggest discount of the year. You can get up to 44% off your order by going to the link in the description, displate.com/DrewGooden, or by using my code Drew at checkout. Thank you so much to Displate for sponsoring today's video, which unfortunately will now continue. All right, so I've been using this app for a little over a week now, and even though I did win a few more bets, all I've really managed to do is turn my initial $100 into zero. It's all gone. I think they know they're on the verge of losing me, really ramping up the notifications. Most days I'm getting at least one every hour. They even offered me another second chance bet, this time up to $500. They are so confident based on everything I've shown them so far that it seems they're willing to give me any amount of money because it doesn't matter, I'm just going to lose it all anyway. Even in my very limited time using this app, I can already see the traps they're setting for me, and I am falling for them. For some reason, I've done multiple parlays that are contingent upon something happening at the beginning of a game. They offer a bunch of bets that are based on first quarter stats, and I realized firsthand why they do this. Because that one leg can cook your entire parlay immediately. But at that point, you've already committed to betting on this game, and there's so much more game to bet on. So you do. And before you know it, you're betting on Keyshawn George to make 5 threes? Why did I do that? I don't even know who that is. Why did I think Jake Paul was gonna knock out Mike Tyson? That fight was never ending in a knockout. They punched each other like 4 times. Obviously, they were just in it for the money, and I knew that going into it. I only did this bet because they boosted my odds, and they...
I think it's also actually crazy that you can bet on stuff like the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, which I think is like, you know, it's cooked already from the start. Like that was a scam to begin with. The problem is, like, we gamble on Twitch on dumbass bullshit that happens on the stream. The difference, however, is that that dumbass bullshit is, you know, has no bearing on the real world, and it also is betted on with fake points. Like, it doesn't do anything. We don't use real money. So I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous that this is so commonplace.
Only boosted my odds because they knew it wasn't going to happen anyway. It's 2024. How am I still getting scammed by Jake Paul? And on the flip side, when I do win a bet, sometimes I'm not even that happy about it because I'm just like, I should have bet more. You start getting carried away doing the math. I turned $10 into $30, but I could have turned 100 into 300, 1,000 into 3,000. Oh my God. It's infinite money. And I think that's one of the most dangerous things about gambling is that sometimes it works. It's a hobby that technically could go well for you if you get very lucky and quit at the exact right time, which you won't, and the casinos are banking on the fact that you won't. Problem gamblers aren't just chasing a feeling, they're chasing this idea that maybe they'll win the lottery. A lot of gamblers can recognize that they have a problem, but see the problem as the way out of the problem.
I think the feeling at the time was, if you can just get lucky here somewhere, then potentially there's a way of making this all go away. I suppose the flip side to that as well, Aaron, is it was enabling me to just gamble as much as I wanted as well.
If I just have one good day, I can win it all back. Yes, I've dug this huge hole for myself, but if I just keep digging, I might be able to find that diamond I've been desperately searching for. But the sad reality is, even if you find the diamond, you're just gonna feel so good doing it that you'll probably dive right back into the mines looking for another one.
The truth is, if I'd have had that big win, I would have just spent it anyway.
A lot of the higher-ups at these companies will refuse any responsibility for creating new gambling addicts over the past few years. They'll make the argument that they're just addicted to their phone, and our app just happens to be on it.
I don't believe that there is an addiction to mobile betting any more than there is an addiction to utilization of your phone for any other reason.
You don't think adding a layer of betting makes the phone more addictive than just tooling around Instagram?
No. There is problem gambling. It is a real problem. Whether it's gotten bigger or it's just become more noticeable because sports betting is legal, I think is an unknown.
Really? No, it's not. Demon, dude. Demonic. Demonic. This shit is crazy.
Hey, they'd be gambling anyway, whether it's on our app that sends 30 push notifications a day and is linked to their bank account, or only available in a state on the other side of the country, is totally irrelevant. And while there are obviously some people for whom that is true, you cannot deny the fact that making it so goddamn easy to bet anything at any time is leading to more people gambling who wouldn't have otherwise. Your dangling explode in popularity. At almost any point of any day, you can go to the slots tab on kick.com and see someone who is zonked out of their mind, eyes bloodshot red, 12 hours into nonstop slot spins, desperately trying to win back all the money.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He's using Togi, the absolute, oh my God, the absolute best possible example of a person who's like destroyed their lives. Yeah, I know. They're talking about Kick, you gotta rewind. No, I know, dude.
Every aspect of our lives only gives more power to those with influence. It creates a financial incentive for spreading deliberate misinformation. It can make you question the motive behind everything you see and hear. But on the other hand, XQC lost $700,000 betting on the election, and that's really funny. If you don't know who XQC is, he's a streamer who, at least in every clip I've seen of him, seems to be speaking a language he invented and no one else can understand. He's also one of the many streamers who've massively increased their wealth over the past few years by taking sponsorships from offshore crypto-based online casinos, helping them and the website they stream.
Yeah, I gave up. I don't know how to translate that one.
It on explode in popularity. At almost any point of any day, you can go to the slots tab on kick.com and see someone who is zonked out of their mind.
Oh yeah, look at Togi's wall behind him. I wonder how that happened, dude. XQC's Canadian Boomhauser. I mean, it makes sense. He is from Level. Oh, Jesus Christ. My juicer. Do you think these slots are worse than the sports gambling stuff? I don't like sports gambling either, but yes, the slots are demonstrably worse than the sports gambling stuff. I am in no way, shape, or form promoting sports gambling when I say this, but like sports gambling there are limiters that are in place for sports gambling. Like if you know what the fuck you're doing, you can actually leverage your bets in a way where you can always make money. And if the actual bookies figure out that you're doing that, they can just stop you from gambling. Like there is a thing in sports gambling where if you're actually too good at gambling, the casino just stops you. Also, same with fucking counting cards, actually. Like if you're too good at blackjack, the casino can legally just stop you from entering the casino, which is crazy. Like how are you... At that point, it's like you need to understand, like, no, man, the shit is stacked against you, okay? They don't want you to win. It's like, it's basically illegal for you to win consistently. They come up and kindly tell you, don't come back here. We know what you're doing. Anyway, that's not how it works with sports betting, bruh. How does it work with sports betting? You're going to explain to me what I just explained and using different words instead. And then you're going to act like we have a serious disagreement. They usually just stop you from playing blackjack, but will still let you lose money on other games, lol. Yeah. The point is, sports betting is still unpredictable, obviously, and I don't recommend it at all. And I never said that like the average person can successfully gamify it. But even those who are capable of doing that still get clapped. And ultimately, it's still gambling and it's still bad. It's bad for your health. It's bad for your brain chemistry. I think it it makes you just, it causes you to not enjoy anything. Like you just keep chasing that fucking high that you get from hoping that I will play the fucking stupid ass Korean dating sim that everyone wants me to play and keep writing in the chat over and over again. Maybe I'm chasing this high. It's not even about the Korean dating stream at all. It's more so on me being annoying in the chat and just writing it in the chat with the hopes that the uncertainty is what keeps me going. Is he going to play today? Is he not going to play today? That's the big high for you. Shut the fuck up.
Eyes bloodshot red, 12 hours into nonstop slot spins, desperately trying to win back all the money they've lost so far. Oftentimes in a situation so dire that even the chat, with no personal stakes involved and only there for entertainment, is begging them to stop. But they can't. They're on autopilot. Every loss is money that needs to be won back, and every win is just more money to gamble with. I randomly opened this guy's stream one day and watched in real time as he won almost $100,000 and then say this.
95K, that's fucking huge. We're a tenth of the way back.
A tenth? This dude was down $1 million on Big Bass Bash? Now, to most people watching, it's pretty easy to say, hey man, you should probably quit while you're ahead. No, 100,000 isn't $1 million, but it's a lot more than zero. The problem is someone in this state of mind isn't capable of seeing it that way. He's not even in Thursday afternoon with the rest of us. He's still on the tail end of Wednesday night. So the rational part of his brain, too subdued to muster anything more than a mumble, asks his chat if he should end it there.
Who's that guy? It's Togi. He's the #1 steroid influencer for the youth. Gotten many a youthful minds deeply and helplessly addicted. 80 IQ. He's very funny, but he's also a fucking massive degen.
We up the better leave.
They all scream, of course you should, but it falls on deaf ears. He's yet to stop spamming spins for even a second. This man is no longer in control of his actions. He's a zombie, relegated to the passenger seat of his own mind as it careens towards the conclusion everyone watching knows is inevitable. But there's nothing he can do to stop the momentum.
I have to quit at a certain point. I have to give up. At a certain point, I gotta give up. Oh my god. At a certain point, I gotta give up. Dude, that dog demolished the balance. Oh my god. That's crazy. Lost over $1 million today. There's nothing in there.
All he can do now is sit in the reality of what just happened.
What the fuck? Beautiful girl. Dude.
Come to terms with the fact that despite his and everyone else's better judgment, he got doghoused.
Doghouse is what did it. Dude, doghouse is what defeated me. I got doghouse. I got doghouse. I got a full doghouse. Full doghouse, dude. Full doghouse. Full fucking doghouse, dude. Dude. I got dog.
Kino, listen. Cinema. Okay? I'm sorry. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Doghouse.
Did I just watch this guy ruin his life?
I don't know, actually. The thing is, it's hard to take streams like this at face value. There's a very well-documented history of streamers on Kick high-stakes gambling with money that was given to them by the website they're playing on. So not only are the stakes not high, but it's technically not even gambling. It's just promotion. The entire goal of these streams is just to make the people watch.
Wasn't there like a lot of drama surrounding this? I think like even Train was accusing the website of like changing the not only giving money to certain gamblers, certain gambling streamers, but also like changing the outcome of the gamble itself to get like these massive fucking wins. Juicing the juicer. Charlie Kirk is a legend for that. Who are we watching? Someone in the chat said Charlie Kirk is a legend. Yeah, they just hate Trumpo. Trump's a cunt. Charlie Kirk has been owned so many times on all those sit downs. Trump's fucked and he's just gonna blame cheating. I'd rather dead-ass vote for Biden senile ass over Kamala. Bro, stop talking about Trump. Stick to your specialty of black cocks. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I shelter you so much from how fucking awful, how insanely awful the rest of the online space is. Like if your only interaction revolves around just like being here with like the streaming space, you have a very, very different understanding of how this shit looks.
watching them think they too can go win life-changing money on asscoin.com. It's all bullshit. Maybe the only real thing about these streams are the holes he punched into the wall behind him. Maybe he'll miraculously be back in a couple days with—
That's why you should think twice before shitting on the mods.
With a suspiciously large balance after seeming to lose everything. But clips like this are just the flip side of an online ecosystem currently doing everything it can to convince impressionable teenagers scrolling through TikTok and YouTube shorts that gambling is awesome actually, and you gotta start doing it.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Bang, 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 bang.
That's a great feeling, man.
Now, some people have accused these websites of rigging the odds in favor of the streamers.
Dude, my favorite was Nick Merckx talking about how shitty Call of Duty is and how fraudulent Call of Duty is while he was gambling on like Roulette or something. He was like, just no self-awareness whatsoever. He was just sitting there being like, Call of Duty is fraudulent, okay? It's fucked up. It's fraudulent and fucked up. It's a bad game. Nobody should play it. That's why I gamble. You'll never guess what XQC is doing right now. I know he's hanging out with Drake. Here it is. Here's one aspect of his hangout session with Drake.
This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering. Right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
Words live by.
Words to live by. Real talk. Cheers to everybody. Love.
God, he's so corny. He's just like, dude, you are a quintrillionaire, dude. I mean, you guys both have so much money. It just doesn't make sense why you would literally, on top of the fucking piles of gold that you have, you're like, working at the behest of a crypto casino, like working at the behest of a crypto casino where your goal is to get other people to just like fucking also gamble their life away. People that have so much less than you. I will never understand it. What's Drake gonna do when he's at the Super Bowl and the entire stadium calls him a pedophile? I don't think he's going to the Super Bowl. This explains XQC's behavior. Wait, this is the Laval flag for real? That's kind of cool though. I mean, it's weird, but unexpectedly cool.
It's easier for them to farm these clips, and as far as I'm aware, there's no proof of that. I think the misrepresentation of odds here is simply due to the fact that these websites can just keep depositing money into their accounts whenever they lose, giving them unlimited funds to play with.
Unless Roulette's gonna give me free money, I think that's like actually it. We really just need Howie to give us a ton of free money.
If you're given infinite money, you can just keep betting until you hit a jackpot. For them, there's no such thing as rock bottom, a philosophy that very much does not translate to real life. In real life, you can hit.
We will never know. Oh, this is, yeah. This was what it was.
Start off by saying this, man.
Ahead of Black Ops 6 release, Nick Merckx spoke on COD creators. It's going to be tough to take these creators seriously when Call of Duty is their main thing and only thing it's hard to take their opinion as bond when they're being paid in one way or another.
It's going to be really tough to take any of these creators seriously, especially like Swag, Tim, any type of like Call of Duty primary creators. Like,
dude, he's on Roulette, dude. What is that? What are you saying?
Like when Call of Duty's their main thing and their only thing, it's hard to take their opinion as bond because look, they're being paid in some way or the other, and they're just happy to be there. They're around all the, you know what I mean? It's vibes. It's all energy. You know what I mean? They're playing some.
He's on the people's game, a real everyman. Titties out, just living a glorious life, dude.
Something new.
Use code MFAM. Big facts. I thought Tim was your best buddy, pal.
Ooh, that feels good, right? Everybody loves that. When you're playing something new and you're the first one to do it, it's going to feel good. You're going to get those
bought and paid for. Yo, speak the truth. Brown nosing.
Little feelings in your stomach and your mind and shit. It's going to be exciting. You know, you're with all your people, but you just gotta take it with a grain of salt, man. Because every fucking year, no matter the Call of Duty, it's always the same shit. It's the same shit, is it not? Like every Call of Duty, they all say it's gonna be the best year, the biggest year. This is gonna be crazy. I came back from the last Call of Duty thing, and I said that the game was gonna be good, but I didn't say anything close to what these other motherfuckers were saying.
Oh, he's like, I was doing it too. It's funny because he's not wrong. as far as like Call of Duty just bringing out the same fucking slop year over year. It's just funny because he's also admitting to doing it back when they also had his skin.
Saying, man, oh, the best Call of Duty, best Warzone. Warzone's back. I'm like, bro, what? And I mean, bro, I showed up at Call of Duty next, and I took over, man. We got the first win. It was a fucking party, you know? But that was when we were full swing playing Apex. I'm hoping for a good day for Call of Duty, you know? I really fucking am.
I just think it's really, the juxtaposition gets me.
Hit rock bottom, and when you do, there's no texting Howie to get yourself out of it. What's especially concerning about these kinds of streams is that while sports betting apps are at least targeting mostly grown men, the majority audience for a lot of these streamers are teenagers and young adults. People whose brains have not finished developing yet. People who would have a harder time distinguishing between entertainment and real life and have less of an ability to evaluate risk compared to people much older than them. It is statistically proven that people who are exposed to gambling at a young age are more likely to develop problems with it later in life. So maybe don't do this? Is that too much to ask? Now, there are a few different types of gambling streamers.
The answer is yes. I did do this, and I will tell you, okay, as someone who did do this for quite a long time, I made some very wealthy enemies, okay? Very, very wealthy, and increasingly less popular, but at the time, very popular enemies. And let me tell you, okay, their fans were not happy, okay? They were not happy at all. And, you know, it's definitely a continued fire hose of hate that I receive regularly.
There are the ones like Aiden Ross who have been very transparent about the fact that money is the only thing that matters to them and there's no line they would be unwilling to cross in pursuit of it. Then there's streamers like Steve Will Do It, who admitted in an interview with CoffeeZilla that the only reason he started taking these sponsorships was because he used to have a gambling problem and it was a way for him to continue to gamble without having to use his own money. In other words, he knows from personal experience the harm a gambling addiction can cause, but he has no problem promoting that to other people as long as it's not his money they're losing. But then there's also plenty of streamers that don't seem to think they're doing anything wrong. They put their head in the sand and make excuses because the money's too good for them to turn down. Take Nick Merckx, for example. Nick gets pretty defensive when people question the fact that he spends 1 week out of every month spinning slots on kick.com. Oh yeah, man, sorry. Forgot a bunch of children watch my streams. Like, dude, you spent the past 6 years streaming Fortnite and Call of Duty. If you don't think the majority of your audience is young men, I don't know what to tell you. And don't even...
Okay, I'm gonna defend Nick Merckx here. I feel like his audience is both young men and also divorced cops. Okay, I think he probably has a decent amount of, you know, divorced cops that are in his audience as well. Still a lot of young men there too. But I was about to fucking freak out on you. Wait, what? Lot of divorce cops.
Don't even get me started on Drake. I know a large portion.
Technically, for defunding the police by directly giving cops a lifetime of crippling gambling debt. Okay, my man is doing wonders. A lot of you guys say ACAB. Nick Merckx is living it. Okay, do you understand? Not many of you do the praxis. You just read the theory. Nick Merckx out there doing the praxis. Chill on Nick Merckx, okay?
Portion of his audience is underage because those are the people he's trying to fuck. So while obviously these websites who use decentralized currency and are based out of a small island country with laughably loose gambling restrictions in order to skirt federal regulations are mostly to blame for the damage they've caused, these celebrities and streamers who've helped popularize them are very much complicit. When you build an audience online, whether you like it or not, there is a parasocial element.
Like, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, I guess is a matter of gamifying the situation, but it's like, what's the difference between making $50 million and making $150 million? Okay, people like, you've already maxed out, dude. You've won. Okay, you have fuck you money. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, what? Why? Like, what do you need? Like, at that point, the difference is basically you either get one Bugatti or fucking 10 Bugattis. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with 10 Bugattis? You can only drive one at a time. Who cares? I don't know. Maybe they're saving up to buy a sports team amount. No. Oh, because other rich people make them feel poor so they never feel it's enough. I don't know. I don't understand it. You can drive too very carefully. I think for a lot of people, it's just like gamifying making money. I think that's what it is. I think it's just like bigger number, more, more win, more victory. I genuinely feel like for a lot of people, it's just about the feeling of like winning more. It has to be. Sounds like something someone with 9 Bugattis would say. I know, my broke ass with my 9 Bugattis.
To it. There are people in your fan base who look up to you and trust you, and every time you sell something to them, you are leveraging that parasocial relationship in order to financially benefit. And I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect. I sell merch, I have sponsors, I just did an ad read like 3 minutes ago. But my God, I feel like the bare minimum with the sponsorship is, does this product actively hurt the people that use it? Yes? Then I'm not gonna do that. I get that it can sting to turn down a lot of money, and if the numbers people have floated around are accurate, it is a stupid amount of money. But for some of these people who could already live 10 full lifetimes without ever having to worry about bills ever again, when is it enough? It's just crazy.
Well, I mean, the 100 million also is because he is gambling. That's the reality. Like, it would not have been a 100 mil contract if it wasn't for gambling. You know what I mean?
Crazy to me. It's like, thank you to everyone who supports what I do. You've given me my dream job, this life of luxury I'm so lucky to have. And in return, I give to you a crippling addiction. Sorry, I wanted to buy a house in Mexico.
We got another place because you can't do it in America. You have to go somewhere else. So we went somewhere else and we got another place.
Call me dramatic, but I'm a little concerned where this is all headed. People like to talk about iPad.
Yeah, dude, Drew cooked on this like big time. Okay? Big time cook.
Babies who are burning all their dopamine receptors before they even reach preschool. But what is a slot machine if not just a giant iPad? Scientifically engineered to be as mesmerizing as possible so you don't even realize what you're letting it take from you.
$1,000 in fast spins at $50 a spin. Look at that, $194,000 grand. That thing is due. Oh. Well, that's $1,000.
Gambling can be addictive enough on its own even before you add in all this social pressure. The transition from casual gambler to full-blown addict can happen so gradually, a lot of people don't even realize it's happened to them until it's too late. And when everyone around you, from celebrities in commercials to all your favorite streamers, are just making it seem like it's no big deal, it's fun, everybody does it, can you truly recognize the seriousness of what you're getting yourself into? I think all we can really do for the time being is try to fight back against the normalization of gambling. So what do you say we all get together and call a timeout?
So how does this change your views on LeBron being complicit in promoting gambling? Are you ready to declare Michael Jordan the GOAT yet? Yeah. Famously, Michael Jordan hates gambling. He's done a lot of anti-gambling initiatives. Google Michael Jordan gambling for more information.
What's that? They already tried that for hate.
We need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
to change the momentum
and call a timeout
on hate.
Together.
And it's not working, even though they got Shaq. Well, that's not good. That was kind of the only idea I had. Gambling is not new. For as long as there's been man, there's been the primal desire to bet it all on red. But what is new is the way technology has evolved to prey on these urges in the most efficient and targeted ways possible. Using AI to send push notifications at the precise moment they know they're most likely to be open. Using a constantly evolving algorithm to offer bets that are so time sensitive you have to commit to it before you even have a chance to think about it. These apps didn't invent gambling addiction, they've just made it more accessible. You combine all of that with a system in which most people aren't paid nearly enough money for the amount of work that they do and might see gambling as one of the only ways out of that situation, only to end up exacerbating their problems, and you end up with the unmitigated economic disaster we're in now. Forgive me for using the C word, but we've stumbled into this stage of capitalism where every dollar must be profited by any means necessary, and foregoing any chance to do so would simply be seen as a missed opportunity. Advertisements in between the game? Not enough. Now they're a part of the game. A mini fridge in the hotel that I can store my leftovers in? No, we should be filling every square inch of that thing with $12 Coke cans that'll automatically charge your credit card even if you're just moving one out of the way. A YouTube outro that's just a few seconds of peaceful music and no call to action? You wish, bozo. Please go listen to the song I made with my friend Sam. I wrote the guitar for it and I think it's pretty good. Thanks for watching.
What a great video. Holy shit. No notes. Oh, like I said, I am a person who enjoys the act of gambling, okay? I do. It's not like the best experience overall, but the way I see it, I have a host and I get a lot of freebies, and I try to at least gamble away the amount, whatever the actual amount of those freebies would look like, free rooms, free entertainment, that sort of shit for myself and my family when I want to show them a good time. But even with all of that, like, I just think that there needs to be severe restrictions on being able to do it, you know, geo-locking it to a certain degree.